I've
Hands
got
in
2
the air.
tickets to a live ep. We'll just tell your mother we ate
I
it
was
all,
done.
baby. Wouldn't you love to be able
Trying
to
to
say
record
that?
my
Let us know in
rhymes.
the email. Hey, we watched Loser for this week's episode of.
Trying to spread the word. It was, yeah. But I was making it up as I went along. Yeah, I freestyle. What do you think I could be a rap star?
Do I think you could be?
Yeah.
Yeah, because aren't there, like, there is a brand, I guess. Yeah.
I'd be like an emo SoundCloud rapper.
I was assuming that was some sort of.
Or would I be better off fronting a new metal band?
Well, maybe both.
Oh, like Ice-T.
Well, like, I don't think
True.
Yeah, in body type or,
Yeah.
Starting beat.
Yeah.
But I do
you'd
think...
be the fucking
Because
Lil Peep
SoundCloud
who
raps are
died.
kind of, like, vapory and...
Yeah.
That's not you. You need, like, some hard distortion.
I feel like
behind
you.
Yeah.
You need Wes Borland.
I feel like you're not
Yeah.
beefy enough.
Freaky on the frets.
Yeah. Over a drum machine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Do some Wes Borland samples.
That's not you. You need like some hard distortion behind it. You need Wes Borland.
Yeah. Man,
Whoa, what do you mean?
I was on the YouTube.
I've seen Limp Bizkit live and they're
I was
incredible.
on the YouTube the
Yeah,
other
but
day.
I mean, like,
and
you're predisposed
some
to say that. You are
No,
thing
like-
from like a couple of weeks ago.
No, but like they were wearing, like they were
wearing such nice clothes.
No, they were tight. Like they were
It was bad.
well rehearsed and tight and like they were good. Like
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they are a professional band.
yeah, I think they were probably taking it more professional in 2011 or whenever I saw them compared to
Is that
1999
The
or
Gold
whatever.
Cobra era.
It was just before Gold Cobra.
They probably played at the same
What
big
was-
day out.
So what was before the Gold?
I think it was just a reunion.
Yeah, they
No,
weren't
because they
in
had
this
like an
video.
album. I think it was like.
Yeah, I think they were probably taking more professional.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that was like a
and I
decade
think it
earlier.
was like a part one where the part two like was meant to come straight after, and then either didn't get released or it took ages. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
a heavy-hearted work of staggering.
Yeah, I'm not
genius
sure
or
if they were
something.
touring a specific album or if it was just a general festival tour.
Yeah, they
I
had that
think
one
they
with
came
that
back to
Behind
Australia
Blue Eyes
just
cover.
on like because they never broke up, so there's no reunion
Yeah.
to speak of. But I think it was like a nostalgia thing.
Well, it was the first time they played.
That
in
will be
Australia
their
since the
Chinese
girl died.
democracy.
And they did a big tribute to the girl in the show.
That's cute. Were they? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they did actually pay break stuff at the end. And Jessica's parents were there. Like, they got Jessica's parents on stage. So the whole point
Were
of
they
it...
Biscuit fans?
The whole point of it was they did it they did it...
Where they,
so this
where
was
they
at a
played
Soundwave.
break stuff and
So
said,
they
open
did
this
it,
fucking pit up for
Limp
Jessica.
Bizkit, like, Fred Durst blamed Big Day Out in his speech. And I think that was like an agreed upon thing.
Why would they want to be there?
Totally. Yeah. They didn't want to
They
go out,
encouraged
shit.
her to go. She wasn't
but
sure.
Also, like, the girls' parents came on and kind of like, as like a I endorse Fred Durst message that it was Big Day Out's fault.
And did they, in fact, get the fuck up?
Absolutely. Dude.
Apparently that was
that's
like what was
such an
happening
interesting
while
story.
the set was going.
That
Was that he was
that
constantly
the
like
parents
shitting
are
on
like,
Yeah.
how everything was organised.
Honey,
Yeah.
But also
like,
the girls' parents.
No, it was like an incredibly surreal moment as well. They like pulled the like curtain dropped behind it. They had another curtain with her name and like pink flowers and shit. And they'd like, yeah, it was pretty wild, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Because there's probably like, when was that? 2011, 12?
Around then, one of those.
So there's probably like a whole gen. Well, yeah, there's probably like a whole generation of people who are like, who the fuck is this chick? that
Absolutely.
they
Yeah.
love
I was like,
so
I had to
much?
explain it to one of the people I was with. I was like, oh yeah, because in 2001, like,
Because there's probably like,
yeah, like 10-year-olds from the Northern Beaches.
yeah. I mean, like
Like the
think of
10-year
the people
anniversary
at
of her
Soundwave
death.
that would just be like, oh, these guys have a big pit. Like, let's go see what they're about. And then all of a sudden,
I was like, I
two old people come out and they're like,
Yeah,
yeah, we
totally.
Thank you, Fred.
That was so big though. Like who
Wesley,
wouldn't know about that?
Yeah.
Mr. Yeah.
I suppose.
Mr. Lethal, bring it on.
Man, fuck yeah.
Could I please... Siri.
Matthews ritual.
Siri, take me to
This
the Matthews
frail old
Bridge.
couple. Fuck you, Lees and West.
I wonder what would happen if you said that to the Google Assistant. That'd be
John
so
Otto,
cool if it
take
did.
them
Well, if
to
you
the
just went
Matthews
like,
Bridge.
Hey Google, take me to the Matthews Bridge, and then you just hit.
I was thinking, if you said, yeah, Siri, take me to the Matthews Bridge, and the Siri just replies, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Well, like
Very
Google, take them to the map.
It's my way.
Turn left for my way or the highway.
Here's to you, Ben Stiller. You crazy motherfucker.
Man. You gotta hope our listeners like Limp
Bring
Bizkit
it
at this
on.
stage, right?
You've got to think that they at least know their
I prefer
entire
my way.
They're
discography.
across these. Turn left for my way or the highway.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Who do you think, like, and feel free to go off, King, but, like, what do you think is, like a typical will just tell your mother audience?
Yeah, they'd at least be familiar with
What do you
them.
think they
They're
like?
like, when-
What do you think they're into? What do you think they're like as a person?
I think they do open mics in Sydney.
Yeah, well, they do open mics somewhere.
Yeah. I reckon maybe they're a fan.
There's at least probably two people who are like, if these guys bill themselves as comedians, like, I should get to a mic and see what it's all about.
Yeah, we've definitely launched. I think they do open mics.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard some of the characters and bits we do on this podcast? Yeah, but we're all laughing at each other while we're doing it, so it's clear that we find it amusing.
Look, God gave me the gift.
Why?
of
Because
the
they're
riff,
like,
and it would be
if they can do it, surely I
West.
can.
But what do you think? Like, apart from
Yeah,
being
because
an
we
open
saved
mic,
the A
like,
shit for
what
the
do you think?
stage.
Okay, so we've got John Q or Jess Q.
It's
We'll just tell your mother
downtime.
we ate at Alton. What's their favorite movie?
Okay.
I'd be returning that
Outside
one,
of
buddy.
concept comedy
Yeah.
genre.
It's faulty.
Yeah, because like
Dodgeball.
yeah, that would be Dodgeball, Reservoir Dogs would be a good one. Maybe like Blade Runner or something.
Yeah. I think we get uni students. I reckon most of our listeners would be uni students.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird to me though, that there are like people in uni being like,
Outside of
"You
the
just listen to
realm.
new We'll Just Tell
Reservoir
episode?"
Dude,
Dogs.
apparently it happens.
And they're just like these 30-year-old losers. I wish they would talk.
Like, I'm so depressed.
Blade
I've run out of
Runner,
Viagra.
I wish they would talk more about this Aubrey Plaza movie instead of talking about how their dick doesn't work for the 60th episode in a row. Okay, so what's their favorite band?
The Decemberists. Or the Smiths.
Yeah.
No,
The
that's
Smiths.
too much of a stretch.
No, because they're like uni students.
Nah, but I think they're.
Neutral Milk Hotel.
No, but
Wilco.
you're reaching way too cool for this.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Like,
Man, okay.
do you
all
think
right.
there's a cool person that listens to this podcast?
I think they're all cool, Jamie.
No.
I think they're the coolest, and they should keep listening. 'Cause
Nah.
it makes them cool.
You're reaching way too cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or the Doonies.
I reckon we get some emos. I reckon we'd have some emos listening.
You reckon we'd get some for the hot
It'd
take
be-
for the occasion we provide about?
It'd-
like,
it- no, it'd be-
Yeah,
it'd be-
just like, you know, I've got fans in Adelaide.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be.
It'd be like a Triple J cool
The
band,
Survey
like
Monkey is
Gang
just
of
Andrew
Youths
Hastings
or
in a
something.
gorilla costume going around.
Oh,
Do you like the
genies.
podcast?
Question 1, you up?
What do you reckon the demographic of male to female listeners is? Not as in how many are transitioning from.
Let's
male
send
to
out a
female,
survey, Monkey.
I reckon we'd have a chat
What's your
about
favorite band?
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
it. Man.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Gorilla Graham.
Mine and Hastings specifically
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love to be transphobic.
No, but like yeah, sure.
Hey, let them make excuses.
We have some non-binary
let
fans.
let them explain to their friends that we're doing irony. But you gotta. I would reckon it would skew maybe 60% towards men. Or is that
I would
giving
go-
I
it?
I
feel
would
like
go
the
other way
tongue in
around.
cheekness
Really?
is
You
Yeah.
reckon more
hopefully
women listen to
conveyed.
this than men?
Yeah. We have a girl on.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah,
like,
that's fair. That's, you know, women like watching and listening to shit with other women.
what do you reckon?
Maybe 60% towards men?
I reckon what I gotta ask is that I've said I'm bringing emos to the table. Rose is bringing women and trans people to the table. Jamie, who are you bringing to the table?
Gamers. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
I-
all the-
I-
Also, like, I
yeah,
guess,
I
like,
would
the
say,
fat
like,
loser
60,
crowd
65
and probably the Andrew Hastings almost fat loser crowd.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, I'm thinking of like, I'm a complete. Well,
I reckon you make
Fat
the choice.
losers.
I think they're like, you know, like Hastings is where they're already like, oh, I'm already a loser.
Yeah.
Jamie seems pretty jolly. Maybe I should be fat too.
Yeah. Well, I'm heading in that direction. I've got Maybe I could blame you for this.
Yeah, that sounds like
Becoming
you are.
a fat loser.
I don't think we've ever really eaten together.
No, I don't really like eating with people. I like shame eating by myself on the couch.
Yeah, so that's got nothing to do with me, the fact that you're a big fat.
I'm what we like to call a binger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like... Hey, whoa, come on, you're implicating me in crimes here.
So what do you think the favorite TV show would be? I think
Parks and Rec.
so that's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, dude.
Favorite TV show?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Parks
what
and Rec.
happens when you get stoned
I was
and you
gonna
get
say
the
like an Adult
munchies.
Swim thing, like their big Aqua Teen Hunger Force film.
And how could you not be? I love Aqua Teen.
Well, you don't
too,
usually
it's
get
so
the
fun.
munchies
So
after
good,
people
dude.
throw a bunch of rocks at
Oh,
you
man.
for crimes against
Grandmaster
Christianity.
Shake is like one of my favorite characters I've met, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except his
Or
name's
Judaism.
Master
I can't
Shake.
remember.
I think you're thinking of the Grand Wizard.
Yeah, look, I haven't watched for a few years.
Yeah, like
Watch that show Not Stoned as well. That should be-
Yeah, that's what I would've
Well,
said.
it is really fun to watch. So
It's like one of those shows. Yeah, totally.
you can watch it sober, and if you're a real fan.
if you're a little bitch.
Yeah. So we've basically, so it's Reservoir Dogs, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
Or
What did we
Grandmaster
say the
Flash.
band was?
Uh,
Yeah, June Rats. But that doesn't really
man,
jive
Blink
with...
182.
You can watch it sober, and
The Junies, DZ Death Ray.
yeah. But like that David Pepe Le Pew guy from Gang of Youths, he's like, I listened
I
to
said
him.
like
What do you mean by
Gang of
Pepe Le Pew
Youths
guy?
or
He's a
something. like
rapist?
Well,
that.
his name's David Le Pepe.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
No,
thought,
I
thought
don't
that was
reckon
your.
June Rats.
I thought
Yeah,
that was
David
your way
Le
of being
Pepe.
like, yeah,
More
this
like-
dog's been cancelled. He's
like
a Pepe Le Pew
problematic,
guy.
No,
Like,
he's like a very
bro-y
like
cunts.
he sounds like a very pretentious man.
Yeah. What if Pepe Le Pew was a vlogger called Pepe Le YouTube? That almost rhymes.
What are you doing?
I don't know. that sounds. That was
Pepe Le
Pew.
Pew.
You've been smoking that Reba?
Don't accuse me of these crimes. Dude! Don't implicate me, alright? What you get up to in your
The
spare
podcast
time.
statute of limitations.
Look, I don't know what you guys are.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude! They've got. Don't accuse me of these crimes!
You have.
Yeah.
There probably is one. Imagine like listening in the squad car. Just
Do you
to,
think
like,
the coppers
us
are listening to
talking
this
about,
show?
Like,
Is that
the
is that their
biggest
job?
differential
They're
between
like
dick and a hard dick.
they're like Aqua Teen
While on
Hunger
their
Force,
way to,
Reservoir
like,
Dogs,
raid a
Gang
drug
of Youths,
house in
and their
Lenore.
day job is
You
they're a
don't know,
cop.
I'm just feeling really paranoid right now for some reason. I'm worried the cops are going to
Yeah, maybe.
Everything's funny.
Like listening in the squad car. Just
This is the first time hearing of
And
this.
also everything's funny, and you just want to watch cartoons right now.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
their way to
Hey, so do people like cookie dough too, alright?
I love
Yeah.
cookie dough.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's delicious.
Mm.
You know what makes
What
you
do you- when you
paranoid?
go to, like, a
Smoking
Cold Rock
weed.
I've yeah, it does.
There'd be something
Yeah,
or an
yeah.
analog for it or
Eat
something.
ice
Something
cream
like the
and
birds,
cookie dough.
I'm pretty sure.
Coolaroo.
Yeah, there's one at Uluru. It's on the peak. You have to risk climbing
Yeah.
it to get the
You
delicious
have to, it's
treat at the
incredibly
end.
disrespectful to
Yeah.
Indigenous Australians,
Are
but
you-
you got it to get that
Does
ice
that
cream.
still
Well, you need
exist?
to risk it all for a Snickers.
Does it
wrap.
really? Where? On the Gold Coast?
Yeah, there was one down in Manly Wharf. I used to get it all the time.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'd go cookie dough and Oreos because I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
badass. Did you get like hot caramel sauce on it?
Occasionally, once or twice, I've been known to.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to like going to like Baskin Robbins and getting like because they made thick shakes out of all the ice creams. So you just got chocolate chip cookie dough and they put it in like a cup and
There used to be one in
you
Cronulla.
drank ice cream.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, that's like a peak fat.
Did you guys
guy
ever
thing
go
to
on
do.
one of the famous Mug and Kettle gelato runs?
No.
Yeah, we went on a couple together, right? Yeah. You ever around for that, James?
No.
I think it was before your time. At the Record Crate across the road was a gelato store, so there'd be like we'd all do trips in groups over to get gelato while we were waiting for our spots. It was very fun.
That sounds so much more wholesome than anything I've ever heard.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
seen you do.
It was Ben
on
Elwood, very
heaps.
high, suggesting it most of the time. Ben Elwood was kind of he started it.
Yeah, but even just the idea of you being like, "Oh, my spot's soon. I might get some ice cream," instead of your usual like, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck this person," and just like shoving it under my eye line.
Yeah.
heard or seen you do.
It was great.
Very high, suggesting it most of the time. I think that happened more than once. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great.
Like
Yeah.
a cone, just sitting there with a cone.
Yeah,
looking
just
at
on
you.
your spot, just
Man, that rules.
yeah, trying to read off the paper.
Yeah.
Don't know what paper, dude. You gotta.
I feel like
I'm
somebody
still reading that
had to
though.
do their spot
Professional.
with an ice cream because they hadn't finished
That
it
one
in
that
time.
career's failing.
Yeah.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I mean, Do you want to get into that? I booked a run of paid and unpaid with Pat Doherty.
I booked a run of unpaid today.
Finally.
I got the spots. Yeah, I low-key blackmailed him.
No, low key. You
I read off
absolutely
my phone when I do
blackmailed
new
him.
bits.
No, that's not what I did.
I read off
It
my
was
phone
just
when
an
I do new
exchange.
bits.
The idea. But does that ever make you like feel bad about? I mean, like a lot of things make you feel bad about yourself. Obviously.
Yeah.
But does it make you feel bad about yourself that to get an unpaid spot at a room you had to resort to blackmail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what do you,
Well,
how
I
do you
thought
think it makes you
I
feel?
It
thought
was extortion.
to be honest, I thought you'd have a Hastings workaround.
Not really.
This is Hastings out of the depression, just accepting things.
Yeah, I'm not depressed anymore. I'm feeling good today.
Yeah,
It's good.
cool.
Had a good week. Yeah, the sauna was great.
I just wanted to hear the words coming out of your
I
mouth.
do need a shower though.
You haven't showered yet?
No, I was smoking away with Charlie. Fuck!
What can the world just tell your mother we ate it all?
Yeah, I'm not depressed anymore. I'm feeling good today.
Man, that was like.
This is why you got to try and
That's
make
like
the
a-
sauna more often.
That was like
feel so
there's
much
some
better
fucking
after.
like board game like that or something where you have to tell the truth and I can't, just so you guys know,
Mother, we ate it all.
do
Podcast
some
about
bits.
Teens
That
X
was not wrong.
comedies.
That was
That was a
unscripted.
completely
Oh, beautiful.
genuine admission.
Oh, that was back to the old days.
This podcast is a parody of someone who smokes weed. Oh boy.
Yeah,
I can't believe I saw the Wikipedia entry for this as well. It's so funny.
That was unscripted.
yeah.
Genuine admission.
Loses the movie we're doing, by the way. We didn't say that.
Yes.
I'm Andrew Hastings. Parody of someone who smokes weed.
Yeah. Well, this should be pretty telling of this week's movie.
I saw the Wikipedia entry for this as well.
Fuck, man.
Great.
The first part just says, Loser is a 2000
Amy Heckerling
American...
directed, Clueless.
There we
And
go, we're doing
Fast Times
Loser.
at Ridgemont High.
2000 film by
And
Amy
now
Heckerling.
this.
Loser is a 2000 American teen comedy film starring Jason Biggs, Mina
And
Savari, and
Amy
Greg
Heckerling's
Kinnear.
been in the news
That's
recently.
it. They didn't
seen
go
this
into
Amy
any
Heckerling
fucking
in the news
detail.
Hey, you guys seen this?
Yeah,
Oh, well, she was in it.
yeah, and
Fucky reference.
We're doing Jay
I
Leno.
one of the
What
clueless
did
people
Amy-
made an appearance in this.
Amy,
What the fuck? Oh,
The-
Leno and Schaefer.
and
Come
I'm,
across.
and I'm
Would-
Kevin
would-
Eubanks
Who are you
without
talking-
an accent.
what?
Amy Heckerling.
Hey,
directed
what
Clueless,
she-
which
what
is,
she
like,
do there,
in
Dave?
A bunch of articles like kind of named secondhand because
but I was doing Paul Schaefer.
Chris Kattan.
Oh.
Just released like his autobiography
Yeah.
or something. And obviously no one's reading it because
I want to read it. That sounds incredible.
okay.
He was writing the thick
And
of the
this film.
SNL shit.
Yeah. But you could just read live from New York that James Shale's
Yeah.
oral history of Saturday Night Live, and
You'll
Get
get
a
pretty
hold.
much all of Catan's stories.
Oh, yeah.
he broke his neck
Fuck.
while filming an SNL skit. But this whole thing was like, yeah, apparently. Like they didn't know at the time, but like his neck was busted. But anyway, so he just released like, and to like drum up publicity, he like I guess sent an excerpt around to people where basically during a night at the Roxbury, they were talking about
What,
Amy
live on
Heckerling
air?
maybe directing
Shit.
it, and she wanted to fuck Chris Kattan, according to Chris Kattan. Well, I know like Norm Macdonald used to call him gay all the time, and like.
Norm is the goat.
Like literally, like you can go on like I think Catan's been on like Howard Stern being like I'm not gay, and then like they'll call up Norm and Norm will
Right.
be like yeah,
Yeah,
he's
isn't
gay.
he like
And,
really bitter because everyone kind of
Yeah,
hated
That's
him?
so offensive. That's good.
yeah, but he was like I think I mean
Yeah.
Norm was like I mean Norm was like do it like it was hardcore bad, but like Norm's like I don't care. He's just like should say that he's gay. And like apparently like Norm used to bully him in like the writers' room. Like Chris Kattan would occasionally like get like
He's gay.
passionate about something.
Chris
and Norm would
Kattan is
be like,
gay,
"You're
man."
Gay, right? And like I think the funny part for Norm, apart from just calling him gay, which it seems that Norm quite enjoyed in the '90s,
I
he now
believe
has
that.
to
Yeah.
hide away from a little bit, was that Chris Kattan got really worked up when he got called that. But anyway, so Chris Kattan says that Amy Heckerling wants to fuck him. According to him, like she's got no way to defend herself. himself in this. Like he's
It's a real Moby
Yeah,
situation.
he's written it.
He's
in
Mobied it.
Yeah, yeah, he totally Mobied it. He wrote it in a book, and then I guess the book's not even selling that well, or it's in the publicity tour. He decides to lead with this story, and then says that like Lorne Michaels like called him up and was like, Amy Heckling like wants to fuck
Yeah.
you, and he was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Night of the Roxbury is going to be great. I don't really. He wrote it in a book, and then I guess the book's not even selling that well, or it's in the publicity tour. Well, the reality is much more sinister. So basically, Lorne's like, dude, you got to do it, man. Like, we want her on the movie. You got to fuck her.
Why would Lorne?
Yeah,
be
Lorne's trying to
calling
pimp
her?
out.
Chris,
And,
buddy, I got some good news.
Yeah, so Lorne's like, so the villain.
He's trying to hook people up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Catan.
Well, yeah, well, Catan's saying
He's
it
an
as like
insane
a
person.
takedown of Lorne, like trying to force people to do stuff because Lorne's a
So did
famous
Catan fuck her?
perfectionist. He says
Oh.
that they were in a relationship for a little while, and then like I think Amy Heckling's daughter came out and was like, "Yeah, dog, that's not true."
This is also probably not true.
And like Amy Heckling never ended up directing Night of the Roxbury; she just produced it.
Yeah.
But like she was still involved in some
And
way.
Catan was the star of the movie, so yeah. So who's the other guy in the movie? Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
What's he up to?
Yeah,
Never heard. of him.
no idea. He didn't have sex enough, according to Lorne Michaels.
Man, that's sick. Are you a Roxbury fan?
I don't mind it, but like I feel like if I watched it
Yeah.
for this podcast, I'd probably hate it.
Yeah, I loved it.
We
when I-
should watch it for this
Dude,
podcast.
I watched when Will Ferrell. What's he up to? Never heard. I watched it when I was a kid. Rewatched and loved it. Like as a teenager. Rewatched it like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. Man, it's a bad movie. It's a real bad movie. Yeah, I loved it. We should watch it.
I'm pretty sure I've got it on
The one where Jim
DVD here
Carrey's in the
somewhere,
game,
and I
bro?
hate it.
Damn.
I don't think I've ever seen one of the sketches.
I
Man,
didn't
can't wait
like
to
it
rewrite,
as a
like
kid.
to write my memoir and rewrite history and claim I was just fucking dating everyone, or just
Yeah.
claim that everyone wanted
Yeah.
to
Even then, I think I was like,
Not
this
yet,
was
yeah,
the
just
worst
like,
sketch on
what the fuck?
SNL.
So, like,
Why did they
the-
turn this into a whole movie?
The reason I didn't get on the store for so long was because Century would call me and be like, "Hey Andrew, we're gonna need you to fuck Nanette," and you were like, "No, I have too much integrity, and also she's a proud gay woman. I never do
I
that."
respect that.
Yeah, and they'd be
Me
like,
and
"Well, say
Judith
goodbye to
Lucy,
your
we were a
unpaid
thing.
five." That's like Pat Toad, the Dirty Thunder guy's like, "Dude, you gotta fuck my sister, or else you can't MC this room ever." And you're like, "No, I, Andrew Hastings, will not have sex."
Yeah, I will not. I refuse. Man, I love a good
What would
transactional
be-
relationship.
You strike me as a guy that's already started writing this memoir.
Man, I should. Nah, it's. I'll just listen back through when it's time to write my memoirs. I'll just get someone to transcribe my stories from the pod, and then we'll put that into some sort of readable order.
Yeah, I mean, do you start? I
just get a ghostwriter.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but like the most interesting thing is
'Cause
like,
you never
so
know
your
when
book
it might
starts
be
with
end,
what's
but
called
it
in
might be the
media
end.
res,
Yeah.
where it's like, so a warm stream of diarrhea flung out my butt as I was inside this beautiful woman. Oh, hello, I'm Andrew Hastings. I didn't notice you there. Thank you for reading my book.
That's how scar tissue starts.
The best would be for you to record an audio book. And
Yeah.
Because then we could really get like the "it's fine" tone out.
So I was like, fucking it, but like,
Well, because-
look, it wasn't getting hard.
Because honestly, like the book would
Oh,
probably
hi.
take on
Didn't
two
see you there.
completely separate tones
Yeah.
in the book version and the audio book, where the book version reads kind of like a celebration, but the audio book reveals a deep sadness behind
Yeah.
every single action and reaction behind it. Well, like, because it'll be like. Because honestly, like the book would. Yeah. Well, like, because imagine, like, okay, so this is the book version. I'm reading the book version of this right now. The first time I got asked to MC Powerbomb was a great honor. Like, I loved the room and I always wanted to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
kept
yeah.
pushing for it. I decided it would be a great time.
Because every
Like,
sentence ends
it
with,
was a big crowd and it went
Yeah.
fine. And then the audiobook version was like, so, like, I was doing, it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. You know, I do worry about my perception towards other people.
What else goes in your order? What else goes in your memoirs?
Probably. I'll probably just like am I making shit up? or
I
stuff?
mean, like, honestly, there would be a Chris Kattan like article about you getting molested by your friends at camp or whatever. it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, totally.
Like, there'd probably be people like canceling the Northern Beaches.
I mean, I think they're already cancelled.
Yeah, I know, but like, I
Yeah.
mean, in the far-flung dystopia of 2031, where you might actually be famous and warrant a memoir,
Man, that would be so sick.
the northern beaches has already flooded
Yeah.
due to global warming.
I reckon if I got famous when I was like 22, I would have died within 2 years.
When do you reckon you'll die now?
I reckon I'll make it. I reckon I'll make it. I reckon I'll make it to 60.
Do you?
Yeah,
That's
but unless like. Well, it's more like I think the apocalypse will probably happen before then anyway, and I'll probably die. So I'll probably die in like 15 years. Like, but we all will. Like, you know what I mean? Some sort of nuclear
Within 2
war
years.
or crisis or some shit like that.
The crisis on infinite.
You have that much
Yeah,
faith in
man.
medical
Let's
science?
go to.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Time Crisis 4, the new one, where it's like where it's got like the cockroaches that you have to shoot?
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, it rules, but
Yeah.
it's ludicrous.
Yeah,
Where,
it's
like
insane.
terabytes are here, and then
Yeah.
it's just a swarm of
I
cockroaches.
love that every Japanese video game
Time
just
Crisis.
has the most complex backstory and lore that
Yeah.
makes and then you don't get any context for
I
it.
kind of like the idea that Time Crisis does have some sort of
It has
ridiculous
this-
story.
It does have a
behind it.
ridiculous story. Yeah, you get like a lot of cutscenes in between levels and shit.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I love that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Video game just has the most complex. Man, I'll watch. And then you don't get any context for it.
I don't
Welcome
think
to Earth, bitch. There you go.
Apparently, he never even says "Welcome to Earth" in the movie.
Doesn't he?
You get like a lot of cutscenes.
levels and shit.
Are you sure? I read like a hot take the other day.
So this movie.
I was on.
Oh
I was
man,
on,
Independence
I was
Day's on
Junkie
tonight. Let's talk about that
Reading
movie
Hot
instead. That's
Our
great.
definition of hot take is getting looser and looser.
I mean,
I'm watching
in the
football
world,
in the background.
wouldn't you say?
Yes, I think. Anytime I say a thing, it's
It's
a
like
hot take.
a hot take.
He do- no, he
on
doesn't say
Junkie. The
bitch. He
Office
does
is
say Welcome
actually
to Earth.
cancelled because there was an episode from 2002.
I promise you that he does.
Where Jim actually looked away from Pam while talking. And that's disrespect.
Yeah, how dare they?
Breaking the Office. Dwight has autism, everyone, and that behavior.
Can we not
should-
laugh
Yeah.
at Dwight? 45 gifts why Jim from The Office is cancelled.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The you was me here, by the way.
Can we not laugh at Dwight?
45
gifts why Jim from The Office is cancelled.
We should talk about this movie. And speaking of hot takes, you said you
No, the
had a
movie's
hot
bad.
take
I
about the
mean-
movie. Now you predicted
Hastings
that the
kind
hot
of already
take was
called
just
me on
the
my
movie
loose
is good.
definition of
But
hot
we
take.
but we were at the
Just,
sauna
I have an
and
opinion
you kept
about
saying,
this movie.
I thought a thing.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
go
yeah.
watch the
I
last
wrote-
15 minutes of
and
this
also I
fucking
texted you both to
movie.
say I
So
wrote
I
the
predict
bit-
that
I
it's
wrote notes
not
for
that
this
it's
episode
good.
and the other one. It's less than 25
Yeah, it's
words
terrible.
that I've written as notes. So basically,
It's 25 more words than I wrote.
I have an opinion about this movie.
Right.
no, what I think is that this movie, like, can you look up how well it did quickly for me, like in the box office? Because I know, like, I think it did okay,
what
but
were
not
there?
amazing.
Does any, what you're looking that up? I have a question. Did
See,
this come out
in 25 words or
before
less.
American Pie 2?
I
For a
think
signed copy
before, I
of
think it's
Teenage
2000
Dirtbag by
versus
Wheatus.
2001.
Okay. So this was his leading man.
So this is
tryout.
This is the Biggs song.
It's-
Yeah, this is Biggs going. This is go. Man, I nailed American Pie.
Well, this
Give
is
me
yeah,
a solo
this
project.
is Biggs is like I
Yeah.
could do more than just be Jim.
Yeah.
I can be Jim with a kind of funny accent that
Alright.
drifts in and out.
Yeah, I think so.
This was his leading man.
So this is
tryout.
This is the Biggs song.
Yeah, this is Biggs.
Oh shit.
Man, I nailed American Pie.
Okay, I
Sucked in, Biggs.
I remember it being.
Get back to Jim.
See, the thing is, I reckon with movies like Loser and so many of the movies in this genre, there will be so
Also,
many.
it budgeted 20
I don't wanna be
mil.
sexist,
Don't know
but there
how
will
the
be so
fuck
many
this cost
females
20 million to
especially
make.
who, like, remember
And
movies.
box
Because,
office
like, I
was
know, like, a bunch of
18.4,
women who
so
are
it was
like,
a bomb,
40 dollars
and
for
it was a
they're like,
critical
"That's
bomb
the
too.
movie where it does the fucking pedal and
Oh,
makes
yeah,
her
yeah.
come with guts out, like that's a seminal
She
movie.
fucking
And then,
squirted, dude.
yeah, I reckon.
Flower made her squirt.
I reckon, and all these opinions are based on the fact that one woman I interact with, my wife, like, she said she liked. Yeah, well, she said she liked Loser when she was growing up.
Sure.
So I reckon that it might be one of those shitty ones where it's like,
Yeah.
you know, like we all thought Power Rangers was cool.
I think,
Women have.
I think
more
you're wrong.
delicate
I think Loser
sensibilities.
sucks, and Amy's just got a weird opinion.
Throwing her
That's my
under the
work
bus.
take.
I think your bitch wife sucks.
My work take is your bitch. Yeah, your fucking wife's an idiot. All women think this movie
No,
sucks.
she's
It's
so
like, you
smart.
dumbass.
She's smarter than
I-
you.
No, I love Amy. She's great.
Yeah, and say she's smart.
Yeah, I remember people
God,
seeing
she's
this
so
at the
much smarter.
time.
Yeah, she's smarter than all
and
three of us put together.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
yeah.
that's
What were you?
fine.
What were you gonna say, Rich?
All women think this movie sucks. You dumbass. I love it. She's great.
Yeah, I remember people.
Oh God, she's so much fun.
And the
Yeah.
chick from American Pie.
Is she more beautiful than you?
Yeah. All right. What's that actress's name? The one-
Mina Savari.
Well, just, I remember
she
at
could
the
get it.
time people
Yeah,
going
well,
to see
she
this
was
and being
like-
That's my
like,
hot take.
and
Well,
we'd
she was
be like,
Hastings
oh, sick,
based
that
in
must be
this
good.
Yeah,
'cause
oh,
it's got that Wheatus
I got a hot
song and
take
the
for
dude
her
from
right here.
American Pie, and then just being like, don't avoid,
an
it's
opinion.
bad.
No, I think that
Yeah,
this movie
but
is
not the
like
not
apart
Alison
from being
Hannigan.
like poorly written,
Yeah.
kind of
Mina Savari.
Yep.
yes, especially the end, which I want to get to later.
I do not care
Yeah.
about any of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, well, absolutely. But I think that this movie is fundamentally mismarketed.
It feels so
mistimed.
rushed.
Yes.
Well, he's not a loser. Like,
Oh, I'd love to get to the end right now, and then we can go and drink instead.
The bad guys.
but I think I remember the marketing where like they leaned heavily into like teenage dirtbag and the L on the
Yeah.
head and like.
Well, that's a line from the song.
And like I think
Yes,
like, a lot
you
of
said
stuff
this.
of like
Explain
Jason Biggs being
why.
Jason Biggs falling down, which happens in maybe like one montage.
Yeah, well, I guess it's
in
just
the
that
movie.
they think
but, like,
he's a
Jason
loser.
Biggs in this movie is just a fundamentally sweet man
Yeah, he's just
that
a nice
never
guy.
does anything to annoy or harm people.
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Very
But
nice
like
guy.
we'll get to that. But like he's just a small town kid who wears a Kyle Broflovsky hat. Yeah.
Just a small town boy.
So I think like if they wanted to,
Yeah,
make
he's
a
just a
movie
nice guy
about
from
a
like
loser,
a rural
living in a lonely
town.
fucking put in DJ Qualls or something.
Yeah,
shit.
absolutely.
Like
DJ Qualls would be
at least
perfect.
like make Jason Biggs into anime or something.
Yeah.
Because like it's not even like
Yeah,
they're
keep
like.
going.
Oh, he's got a bad haircut. Who cares?
But it's not even so much so that he's yeah. It's not so much
Shut
that he's
up.
even like
Yeah.
he's not even like a nerd who says things like, "Oh, I would never drink a beer" or stuff
Yeah.
like halfway through the movie.
yeah,
Well,
they
also-
justify his...
Also, like halfway through the movie, he
Nerd.
wants to bond with his friends. So he
I feel
drinks
like
a
that
six-pack
came
of
from a
beer.
pretty
It's not
real
like he's
place.
a shrew or a kind of buzzkill. Like he does want to be friends with these people. Yeah, well, I mean,
He's
they're-
not what you would call a little bitch.
It's crazy.
just
that
trying
in
to
a
study.
movie about like losers. It should be called like Sweet Boy and His Rape Friends because like they're literally discussing like
They GHB. They GHB.
Even though they're bad men and he shouldn't be
it's
hanging out with
GHB,
those
they
boys.
well, they also say at one point, without the pills, do we have to rely on our charm? Which means
Oh,
that they've
man.
done it before
Yeah.
and want to do it again.
They love rape.
And I mean, the end
So
of
the
the
villains
movie,
from Loser. Are
They
cancer.
probably
yeah,
try
well, I
and
mean, the
date
end of the
rape
movie
people.
Kind of cancels them in that montage. Which
Yeah,
is
they
kind
said G.
What's the thing they get in the montage?
of, where it has like the text of like
Yeah,
one went to prison, one got brain damage from making like hardcore caps, and one what was the other guy? Oh fuck! So
If that
one went
didn't
to
come
prison,
though, they don't get
one
anywhere.
got brain damage.
They-
and
they-
something bad happened to the other
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Right. Sure.
He got cancelled.
Yeah. The social media shitstorm.
Mm,
Can't wait to delete my
I
account.
missed the other one.
Oh fuck! So one went to prison. One got brain damage. Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
do want to come back to the point that you said where the movie
But,
feels rough
with-
because that is rough.
Without,
The
yeah.
thing where
In
it outlines
2017,
their fate, the
He
last
copped a lot of
interaction
hate
he
on
has
Twitter.
with them
I
is
um
only with
without
Thomas
without
Satoshi,
that
where
though,
it's
they
Jason
don't
Biggs
get
just
anywhere
beating
near
the
the
shit out
comeuppance
of
that
him.
they
And he
deserve
never
for being
says anything
legitimate
like a kiss off,
rapists.
like "Don't be my friend again," or
Yeah.
like he beats him up and then takes another
Yeah.
guy who was collateral damage. It's like we got to get you to the hospital, eh? And like
Yeah.
takes him, and it never even lingers on that guy being like, "Fuck me, I pissed off the gig."
He should have
Maybe
gone
I'm
full
wrong."
Punisher on him and just gone rat-tat-tat-tat.
But it is kind of interesting because it
Put a hit out,
implies
motherfucker.
it implies with their future that even though these guys try and rape women, and that Jason Biggs, Mina
And
Savari,
I would take it implied that they have raped women.
yeah, and that Jason Biggs and Mina Savari know about it. They also tried to blackmail the corrupt teacher
Yeah.
and got found out.
Yeah.
Like, but the montage implies that they eventually got their comeuppance.
Yeah.
Like, they. Yeah, but not even a few years. Like when they were
Yeah, they're not
adults,
going to
like,
the cops.
They kept staying in college. Like
Yeah.
the guy made super dingers. Like and like
Oh, yeah.
it's implied that like in that little text, like he was trying to make a better party drug that meant he'd been doing it for a bit.
Yeah, it's like it took a few
super
years.
Dinger trial number 17.
Yeah. He's a qualified
Yeah.
I
scientist.
found that I love the music of Moby. Is that going to be problematic? Just rewinding the tape back.
He was trying to make a better party drug that meant he'd been doing it for a
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
One of these days.
like a super.
Yeah, well, but look what happened. That guy
17.
became brain damaged
Yeah.
from super dinger.
Yeah, real Billy Darcy
And
scenario.
I think like the other thing was like
Just rewinding the tape.
the other thing implies.
Man, I really can't wait
guess, like,
until
if you
they are
wanna
successful
take
making
the
those
step
super
away,
dingers.
It kind of implies that the fat guy who went to prison now also gets raped.
Yeah.
Because it's like he hangs with the same, like his social circle expanded in prison, which
It was a
means, like,
reference
he
to something
become
that happened
prison
on our
bastard.
weekend.
That's the way I took that.
Yeah.
Not that like he joined like the Aryan Brotherhood and enjoyed
Yeah.
a successful.
He's now the leader of the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah. And-
Now also gets raped. Because
Yes.
Like he hangs with the same. Like his social.
Well, also in movies, every prisoner is constantly raped.
Yeah.
There's 100% rape rate.
Yeah, if it's in a drama, it's horrifying. If it's in a comedy, it's like
It's hilarious,
It's funny
dude.
because he's a bad guy earlier.
It's funny because he sold $50
I didn't really take
worth
it
of
as
work,
that he's
so he
being
does
like prison
deserve
raped.
it.
I just took it as a sort of like,
Also in
like-
movies, every prisoner is constantly raped.
Yeah.
yeah.
100% rape rate.
Yeah.
But I-
if it's in a drama, it's horrifying. If it's in a comedy, it's like. It's funny because he's a bad guy earlier.
Yeah, sure, that's a bad joke, but I think like
Yeah, they
if
really-
you take it.
They really
deeper,
gloss
like,
over
the
that
idea
in
is-
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Well, because otherwise.
Yeah, but
it is
I
like
just
what
took it
just
as like
said.
a
It's
kind of like little
he expanded
chuckle
his
pullback
social
reveal.
circle.
Like
He became
he's
the
expanded
leader
his
of the
social
Aryan
friends.
Brotherhood, and now he
In
has
prison,
profitable living,
sucked in.
exchanging contraband and just
Yeah.
destroying young boys' assholes when they're fresh.
Apparently, he is taking
It's
it deeper,
so
according
fucked.
to you.
Well, because otherwise it is
Man.
what I just said.
Prison rape.
Yeah.
Well, like the culture of the jokes around it. Anyway,
Well, it's also like a joke at the end of Mallrats. Like they use
it's a
that
joke
as
at the end of
punchline.
heaps of shit.
Yeah.
It's so frequently like that. Yeah.
He's
man.
chipping away at that
What about,
wall under the Rita
what about the
Hayworth
soundtrack? I
poster.
forgot What's My Age Again?
Oh yeah, fucking rules.
Yeah. Man, it's dope, bro. It's fucking dope.
Where do we?
Wheatus. Man, sure. Sure.
That motherfucker looked old in that movie. Like, yeah.
I reckon
think
the soundtrack is actually good. That was the best part of
because
it.
I looked him up on
Man, you know what?
Wikipedia.
Don't
Yeah.
hate
It's,
Everclear.
it's either 58 or 68.
I've
'cause I
got a
was
CD
like, dude,
single
this
of
guy looks
Wonderful under
old.
my bed. That
And
song is
this
great.
isn't Everclear in 2019. This is Everclear in 2000.
Well, he's had that white blonde hair like forever.
Where do we land on Teenage Dirtbag? Does it slap or is it bad?
It slaps.
Are you
I agree.
kidding me? That's so old.
It's either 58 or 68 because I was like.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
I
I'll
think
hear-
that's a.
I'll hear you out on this.
I think that might be a hot take.
Jesus.
Where do we land on Teenage Dirtbag?
It's obviously bad.
I like that it's something where like a lot of people think it's good, a lot of people think it's bad. The hot take is it's both.
I think it's both.
Yeah, well, you've come here for a centrist podcast.
That might be hot.
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
this is
it's
a hot
so
take.
cheesy and
The
dumb,
left
but
wing's
it's
good,
fun.
the right wing's good.
Well, one, it's
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
It's a
As
douche
long
and a
as we
turd
treat,
sandwich.
as long as we keep the refugees we put in prisons fairly, then it's okay. That's
Yeah,
Four
yeah.
square meals.
hot centrist take.
Well, you've come here for.
That's funny.
Pocono Los Dos.
Centrist take would be a cool Twitter.
Yeah.
Left wing's good, the right wing's
Call me radical, but I think we should, keep Centrelink as it is.
Everything's fine.
yeah. Centrelink, sure. That's funny. They're just hot centrist takes.
Hot centrist take would be a cool Twitter.
Yeah.
It'd be so much funnier if it
I
was like.
legit thought that while I was watching when he.
Yeah, it
'cause
should have
they-
been an Iron Maiden
Yeah, they
show.
made. Yeah, I was like, why not just? It's not hard to rewrite it. Like you don't have to.
It'd be funnier if the lyrics to that song matched the movie more. Like, I've got 2 tickets to
Yeah, but you could
go
also just-
see Everclear, baby.
You guys.
I thought that while I was watching.
It should have been an Iron Maiden.
What you saying? He's wearing a funny hat. I love it.
What do you
Well, I
guys
guess it
reckon
was
under the
that
bed?
like they could get.
Iron
They
Maiden?
had the budget to get
I don't really
Everclear,
know
not Iron Maiden. They're gonna call up
so
Bruce
he's like-
Dickinson and be like,
I'm not a
Brucey.
fan. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll come and play at Webster
like
Hall
Michael
for you,
Brown's
fucking
biggest
Jason Biggs movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's also they say that their biggest influence.
Speaking-
like,
speaking
were
of
the Smiths,
f-
Misfits, and
Makes
Iron
sense.
Maiden. It was like with Smiths and Misfits.
I've honestly never listened to a great
Ben Iron
deal of
Maiden was
them.
in there as well,
I
like,
guess
big
there
time.
is like a lot of metal
There's-
riffs.
Yeah, Ray Toro is like a very metally kind of guitarist.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That
so I
does
keep
not
being like,
reflect
I
in
love
their
the
music
Smiths,
at
but
all.
Misfits is also like, fuck. I keep being like, I should like Iron Maiden, and I just don't.
What's Iron Maiden's like famous song?
Can't even fucking remember.
Like
Yeah,
the,
that sounds
the
right.
Devil Express 666.
Yeah, it's shit like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Ray Toro is like a very metally kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that might be their biggest one.
What is the number of the beast? 666?
Yeah. From the Book of
Why is that?
It's the Book of Revelations. They never
Run to the
explain
Hills,
what it
maybe?
You should call your autobiography the Book of Revelations. Just be like, here's a
Yeah.
revelation.
Well, they
I
have
like
one called The
Dave
Number of the
Halley.
Beast.
That was
Run
years
to the
ago.
Do we have to
Hills.
beep
That's
that?
the one I always heard.
Just, you know.
I don't know if you guys ever knew this about me. And they're just like, who is this guy and who is this woman?
Can we? All right, everyone play it cool. It was like 5 years ago.
Here's a revelation. I like Paige Halley.
I agree. The new hat is horrific.
The thing that bugs me about the funny hat is that
All right, we
so
keep
much of the loser persona.
we keep
Yeah,
talking
and,
about
like,
his
when
funny
it-
hat. She gets him a new
Yeah,
hat,
it's like, and
which is
also,
worse than
it's
the funny
also-
hat.
Well, the interesting thing about that is about the funny loser hat
Yeah.
is that
I don't like there to be a gap.
It's just that he has a bad hat. And also, I don't reckon it's that bad a hat.
Guys, thank you, James.
It's quaint and charming.
So the interesting thing about the loser hat is that
You
hat
getting a new
was
beer with
culturally
about 2
kind
inches of
having a
beer
moment
left.
at that time because South Park was like blowing the fuck up around 2000, and Kyle wore the hat, so it's not really a loser hat.
That's very similar. Is that an Insanity hat from the Late Show?
Jesus.
No, Insanity hat's like the beanies with the
Interesting thing about
tassels.
the loser hat is that
You don't remember that Late Show sketch?
culturally kind of having
The one with the Insanity hat.
Mm.
No.
Talking about how John Frusciante's wearing.
Yeah, and
Insanity
Kyle
hat.
wore the
Bridge
hat.
Video.
No.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm out nerding Rose on
Yeah,
90s
on
Australian
Australian.
comedy. It's not a sketch, like
Yeah.
it's a segment
Quick,
where they're talking.
name all the cast members of Full Frontal and fast forward.
It's not a sketch, it's them talking about it. I think it's to introduce the Under the Bridge sketch, the parody. Yeah.
No, I remember them talking about that, but I don't remember them say that.
Freshman name.
all the cast members of Full Frontal and fast forward. But also,
Kim
like, the thing
Gingell.
with the loser hat is that they kind of like. I mean, it's a
Yeah, I
hat
know,
on
I
a
just don't
hat,
remember them
because
saying
when
that.
he takes off his hat, he has a
Not
fucking.
funny.
Also, that hat is the source of the
Yeah.
only
It was-
good
yeah,
joke
and
in the
then-
whole
And then when
movie.
he gets a
Without the hat.
haircut,
Which was,
he just has
did the
Jason
producers
Biggs'
of
regular
Fargo have a
Jewy
garage
haircut,
sale?
and they're like, "Wow, cool," and he's
Wow,
like,
he looks-
yeah."
Man, Jason Biggs looks sexy now.
And Jason Biggs was like, "Yeah, it's time for a change." And he's like skinny
still a
as
fucking
shit.
loser,
He's not
though.
ripped. There's a scene where Mina Savari. Oh no, he's like lean, maybe. Like he's a
like in
skinny
better.
guy.
He's not in good shape for a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
character. He'd be
Yeah.
in good shape for real life.
He's not in good shape enough for like Mina Suvari to walk in and be like, "Damn, dog."
Damn,
I reckon he's a little bit toned.
Yeah. So here's what I
You missed
really.
that? Come on, am I going to hear that dick joke?
Yeah.
Jason
Jason
Biggs.
Biggs, because he's got a big.
'Cause you can
big
see
ass
his
dick.
fucking
Yeah,
hog.
yes, you can see it. I reckon Greg Kinnear probably has a hogaroo in that movie.
Oh,
Like, there's got to be a reason she keeps
But
him.
maybe
Oh,
that's
man,
the
he's
kind
got
of
you,
guy
dude.
that girl
Yeah.
is
he's
after.
got power.
They want that scrawny twink look.
So here's what I
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
he's the shitty teacher and boyfriend. It
That's
made more sense he
maybe-
was like the cool teacher.
That's maybe the fundamental problem with the movie is that everyone aside from Jason Biggs is the worst. Like even Mina Suvari. in her way,
There's
because,
nothing.
like, she
There's
is,
nothing
like,
subtle about
it
him.
takes
He's
her
just
the
like a
whole
cunt from the
movie
word
to
go.
kind of even get close to not wanting
Yeah.
to be with Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
And, like I'm not saying like is that everyone aside from Jason Biggs is the worst.
Mm.
Mina Suvari in her way, because like she is like it takes out the whole movie.
If
Yeah.
you're gonna have a character where an 18-year-old girl is sort of in love, with an older man.
She seems like a bit distant at the start of it, but then after the like drugging or whatever,
Yeah.
her character changes and she just becomes this
Yeah,
spacey
I
idiot.
guess
Like,
more
I
that-
love
like,
him.
because he's being so manipulative and so like bald-faced with his manipulation, and she just accepts it. It makes her look really dumb.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's they make her out. They really by showing her that immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's also got like a very half-baked, underwritten like.
Yeah.
It's cool to be poor and want it. Like,
how
you know, like.
dumb they make her look really amplifies the him being manipulative and abusive part. I think.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to be
And
like,
also, like,
an intelligent, thoughtful
end,
person because she's the one that's challenging the
Jason
teacher at
Biggs
the
and
start.
Nina Suvari even like a decent match? Like
No,
not
it makes
really.
no
like
sense.
he just wants her because he's
Because he's
never
a nice guy. It's not
yeah, and
about
he's never
her. It's
really
about him
dated.
and his
Yeah, it's about
ego
him
and
feeling good
he's
about it.
He's a fucking incel.
And she's like gonna leave him eventually. That's what.
He's an incel.
Well, what we were saying, what I was telling Hastings before, it's like, if the more interesting movie of Loser, and this would truly be Loser, is if instead of the kind of microcosm of, man, now that'd be a movie.
Man,
I don't know if he's an
Bastard
incel. The
inherent first
rapists
scene.
probably are.
And Hastings would be like, Mina, you remember American Beauty, right? You got to do the same shit. And she's like, what, work with Kevin Spacey? And you're like, no, he's canceled. I want to see them.
It was about Andrew Hastings.
Yeah, Loser would be a better, more realistic movie if it was set over Jason
yeah.
Biggs' entire 4-year college career, and you slowly saw his nice guy persona curdle
Yeah.
until he became a pickup artist.
Yeah, because I think he's step one in the incel. pickup
Yeah,
artist.
so
It's
it's
a
like-
whole
keep going.
pickup artist
So like
process.
this is a scene a better, more realistic movie if it was set over Jason Biggs' entire 4-year college career, and you slowly. Yeah, well they do that, but my movie's better. So it's like this is a scene from my movie. He's calling. You can be Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm calling. So like this is a scene.
But how they get away with
We're
that
doing
is
that
they
Andrew
do the
Hastings
end
bad
thing where they're
impression.
like, oh,
So
they
I'm-
met in
I'm
college
Jason
and they're
Biggs being
still
like-
together. Oh.
Oh, we gotta make
Yeah.
tax cuts for the rich. That's
Wait,
better.
It's the opposite. Yeah, except that's the opposite of what he says.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
hang on,
they're
I
the
reckon
same
I could maybe
buzzwords.
do an Aykroyd.
Tax cuts for the poor. So ring
Tax
ring
increase for
ring
the
ring
rich.
ring
Oh,
ring
good.
ring ring.
Oh, God, I can't wait to
I'm
hear
like
James
Minnesota
Burney
accent.
again
Yeah.
later.
Oh hey.
It's actually
Dad,
getting
me,
better.
Jason Biggs.
What's all this about then?
And then I turn to
Yeah.
my regular voice because, Jason Biggs can't seem to decide if
Yeah.
he wants an accent or not. It's like, Dad, a funny thing I learned today in my extracurricular
Not a good
group. I learned
start for the accent or the
wearing
voice.
The funny hat I have is a thing called peacocking, where they want it even more.
Oh yeah. That gets all the tail down south.
And it's
This
like,
is so frustrating.
You won't,
for me.
Dad, you won't believe what happened with Mina Suvari.
You hit that son?
Well, I was hitting that, but then she left me. And it's like, I was offering to do a test. Like, I kept looking at her messages to see if she was messaging guys all the time. And, like...
Man, sounds like you were being very nice to her.
I was being nice and protective.
You deserve a reward for this.
The other day, she went to
His
the...
voice is going
Yeah.
nowhere.
The other day, she went to the food hall with Blaine. And I didn't say anything because I'm a nice guy. But then you better believe I posted an entire Taking Back Sunday song as my AIM away message.
I don't know who they are.
And that's the movie. Just him, like, biddly becoming...
Until he's a hardcore incel.
Yeah, until he's
moderating
on,
a forum.
Until he's got a shirt with Pepe the Frog on it. Because I'm a nice guy, but then you better believe I posted an entire Taking Back Sunday. I think she just gets away.
Yeah, she starts a new life.
Because she's gonna, like, if Loser keeps going, like, the sweeteners, she'll get bored with the sweetness. Like, she'll
Yeah.
want some... She'll get a fever for the flavor, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Who gets the happy
Because, like-
ending? Her?
Yeah, I mean,
Does she
like,
get
there's
to
nothing
like
like
publicly
getting
embarrass
down
him or
by a bad
something?
boy.
Yeah. Would you
I
consider
imagine.
yourself a bad boy?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Not at all.
I reckon there's a part of you that would.
Consider myself a bad boy?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Really?
No, not even a little bit.
She'll get a fever for the flavor. Yeah.
I don't have an
same.
edge to me.
Well, what do you reckon it is? What do you
I don't.
Well, what do you reckon it is about?
I got a charm. I'm boyish.
Really?
I'm cheeky.
That. Oh, I don't know about that.
I reckon you feel like you've got an edge to you.
I'm cheeky. What do you think it is then? Why do I?
No, but you feel like you do.
I think you think you're a bad boy.
So what? You think I think
Yeah.
I'm a bad boy, and people buy into it, and I successfully pull off the bad boy?
I think that people
Nah.
that you market yourself towards.
I don't think anybody that we
it's like-
all know
like
would describe you as boyish
Don
or
Draper
cheeky.
just being like, okay, so there's a girl with a green fringe
Because
No,
you're
yeah.
a persistent
guy.
creep.
And you think
leaping the turnstile at the
Yeah.
train station.
You
she
think-
thinks that's a guy I want to spend the night with.
you think the you think
That's
The
a bad
vulnerable
one,
ones.
but you get what I mean.
you think the girls I'm fucking, I'm trying to be like, I do MDMA,
Kind of, yeah.
not on purpose, not consciously.
I don't think. I guess there is a bit of you where you're kind of like, yeah, MDMA is for dorks, but like,
Yeah, I'm pretty. Is pretty lame.
oh yeah, totally.
They're so
Yeah,
fun, dude.
sure.
They're so fun. We've had a good weekend. I feel pretty good, right?
But you don't think your thing at all. You don't think you don't think
Just talking
Is that
about
all?
drugs is
Not
for
on
dorks.
purpose. If they want to buy, if they believe
But
they're
doing
rich,
them is so
you're
fun.
covered in tattoos?
That's not edgy anymore. That's so like.
Yeah. I don't feel too
yeah.
bad
Right.
either.
Yours are
Tattoo
bu-
people like my tattoos.
yours
I
are
got good
before
tattoos.
like
Had some good sporting wins yesterday.
Yeah.
Yours are like prison tattoos.
I love my tattoos. It's traditional. It's traditional American style.
Yeah, sure, but like it makes you a little bit of a bad boy.
I mean, if they want to think that they can think that. I'm not telling them not.
Yeah, but yours are shit.
I feel like you know that it is if you want to win.
That's not that's a loser thing. That's a nerd thing.
Yeah.
These are all nerd.
Oh yeah, but I don't
things.
think you market yourselves to women as like I'm a loser nerd.
I do a little bit.
You like you are you wear like
All right, I'll tell you what. If I will concede.
yeah, you wear
this is the
Slipknot
big
and
issue,
corn
and it's very
shirts.
lame
You
of me,
dressed
but I will give you this.
dressed entirely in
Check what
Adidas.
time it is, dude.
Dude, it's 420.
420.
If and oh god, it hurts me to say this.
Oh, I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you fuck
Consciously,
me?
But if there is on some level anything like that happening, it's not bad. But I would say that I would.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Ring, 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 ring. Hey, Dad, it's me, Andrew Hastings.
He's getting the shakes. I can see him.
Been at college for a
I'm
week.
not trying to be eccentric.
I'm so excited.
Hi, Dad. It's me, Andrew Hastings. I've got this new thing called a bucket hat. I think it's going to make me seem like an
No,
edgy bad
no.
boy. You're not on the phone.
think eccentric
it's a
is the
two-way
right
phone
word.
conversation. Sorry, my annoying dork roommate is in the back.
Yeah, hello there, son. Hello
Play
there.
his soft Elliott Smith music. I'm more of a bad boy type, listening to Slipknot over here.
Man, this sucks. I hate this.
That sounds.
I'm about to pound
that
out some
there
Kool-Aid
sounds
when
like
you
a
try
great
some of this
move, son.
sativa blend I've got. Is that cool, Dad?
I don't smoke weed.
He's trying to play his soft Elliott Smith music.
Man, we're 5 years off it, I reckon.
Maybe a bit of Def
Andrew
Leppard.
Hastings 3.0, a guy who's way too into Motley Crue, is.
I could definitely happen.
I would live for that. Like if we made,
Girls,
if we made,
I am
like,
surprised
if you
you
got into
don't
an
sit at home
environment making
listening to
a
like
Bugs
Def
Party
Leppard and Motley Crue and
Damn.
shit.
Where we're
That
all
seems
walking
so. That seems so on brand for you. That seems so on brand.
Man, please, the doctor is in. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a loser. I know I'm a loser. It's fine.
I know that you know that you're a loser.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
but I don't
that's
think.
a given.
But I don't think that's the image you put out to women that you want to have sex with.
Have you ever called yourself Dr.
I
Feel
think
Good?
it's kind of like
Yeah.
like an interest. No.
I think there's kind of like a lassie.
Not that many people want to fuck me anymore, if I'm being honest about it.
I think there is.
It's my stock's dropped, dude.
60 episodes of a podcast talking.
Because
about
nobody
why
wants
your
to
dick
fuck a
doesn't work.
loser.
Yeah. Things are cooled off for old
Also,
Hastos.
maybe your dick not working might have something to do with it.
Man, that did happen to me recently. That did happen to me recently.
Why do you think you're stuck?
I don't know, man. It just has.
You've lost your love of the game, maybe.
think so. I'm
Yeah, that really dried it up.
Once was.
Maybe you just want to settle down.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can settle
yeah.
down. I've
Hey,
got a
I don't
couple
think
of
I want to
people.
do this again. I didn't really get a great deal out of it.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Why do you think you're stuck? Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is time to settle down. I'm not going to become monogamous or anything. I'm just going to I just haven't really been trying to pick up lately. And when I have, it hasn't really worked. So
What if it was mahogamous and it was about sucking your hog?
What's about sucking my
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you
I'm
to unpack-
monogamous. I like to fuck chairs.
I'm gonna need you to unpack this idea a little for me, Jamie.
Well, it's suck,
have, it hasn't really worked.
suck
Yeah?
my suck monogamous.
Suck monogamous. Monogamous.
That's
Fuck
how you
that. How about
identify.
suck my
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I'm not
fucking
into
piece of
polygamy. I'm
wood
into
or something
suck
like that.
mahogany.
That's just when someone's like, I think we should be exclusive. I'm just like, monogamy. How about suck my hogamy?
Maybe it's sticking a chair
Yeah.
leg up
That's
your
not bad.
butthole.
Nah, it's alright, but
I like the way that you identify yourself. I think it's very cute.
thank you, James. I really appreciate it.
I'm into suck mahogany.
You know, some people still think I'm
I wish you wear jeans more often.
I do wear jeans.
All right, where are we up to?
Freak right now.
Yeah, but you're going out.
Oh, I'm gonna go home and shower and probably put on
Smoke a
jeans.
cone.
like the way that you identify.
Maybe. We'll see how we go.
Do we have any final thoughts about the movie that we want to talk about?
I wish you wear jeans more often.
Oh, there's so many cameos in
You're
this.
going in.
Oh, I'm gonna go home and shower and probably put on jeans.
Andy Dick.
See how we go.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Any final thoughts about the
yeah, weird
Yeah.
guy.
I always
Andy's
find it
not very
weird
good. That's my
What's
when
hot take.
like
interesting is,
comedy
like, in
legends turn up in
Wikipedia,
these terrible
those
movies.
roles,
Like
Andy Dick, David
there's
Spade
like
are all
Dan
fucking
Aykroyd, David
cameos. 'Cause They
Spade.
get like a little scene where they get something to
Who
do.
else?
Like, David Spade has the whole thing about like
Yeah, Andy
what
Dick,
movie
Andy
turns
Dick,
the
though.
girl on the
I like
most.
David Spade.
And he always
Yeah,
plays the
but
same
Dan
character.
Aykroyd has nothing to do in this movie apart from
Totally.
occasionally telling Jason Biggs like, "Oh, you're a nice boy."
Yeah. Maybe they were anticipating it to be a franchise.
like a little scene where they get some
Trying to build in some characters.
Dan Aykroyd's like writing in suggestions for a back towards Ghostbusters
Yeah,
3.
but we-
He's like, what if like Jason Biggs hears on the phone like Slimer in the background? They're like, Dan, just take your pills and sit down.
Maybe they were anticipating it to be a franchise. Trying to build in some characters.
Dan Aykroyd.
I'm listening.
writing in Suggestions for a back towards Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Right? He's like, what if like Jason Biggs hears on the phone like Slimer in the background? They're like, Dan, just take your pills and sit down.
This is one of more like gross thoughts, but like the person that's
Yeah,
in
nice.
Clueless and
Fuck
this
yeah.
movie,
I don't
like the
remember her.
kind of
I always
weird
love-
teacher
Oh, is
that
she
they
the person
set
that
up
like
with
counsels Mina Savari and that
Wallace
weird-ass
Shawn
job?
in Clueless. She turns up in this movie as like
Oh,
the
yeah,
wise old
totally.
stripper.
Yeah.
And
No,
when I
big
watched
fan.
Clueless,
Big
I
fan.
was
Do you
always
know
like,
that out of those three
would I?
main dudes,
And then I watched this and I was
the
like,
guy who wears
yeah, I
the
would.
pants all the time is like kind of the one who like has the most lines with Jason Biggs.
Yeah.
Like he went on to be in an Aaron
yeah, in the
Sorkin
like
show. He's like a nerd
stripper
in the
club
newsroom.
waitress job thing.
Thomas
Yeah, I know who it is.
Sikorsky.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He looks so different.
Yeah,
he's,
yeah.
He's put on a little bit of chub.
Yeah. Man, the newsroom.
The one who like has the most lines with Jason.
Speaking of Aaron Sorkin shows, what show of all shows? It's only just because we're talking about it because we're talking about how Studio 60 did that big 9/11 storyline.
No,
So-
they did an Iraq war.
Zach
Yeah, they did all the
Orth lost
flashbacks
a
about
bit
why
of
they got
weight
fired,
for
all
the-
about
Oh, yeah,
a
yeah,
joke
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
too close
I
to
would say.
9/11.
Yeah, Matt Albie and Danny Tripp.
Man,
are
they're
fucking
bad
satirists.
boys.
Can we
They're
not?
bad boys,
Yeah,
dude. They
they-
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They put integrity first.
Tripp would all identify as a BB. I reckon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but in Westworld, he's kind of like the hero.
Hold on, I have a question.
He's great in Always Sunny.
What TV show did the first joke about 9/11?
I
after
think
9/11?
Jimmy Simpson plays a slime bag
South
pretty
Park.
well.
My guess was South Park.
Because South Park released
No.
Right.
released that.
Well, he
Summer
could be
Bomb has
likable.
Farty
But I
Panthers,
think
so, like,
he's also very funny as that
Fuck
wildly
me, really.
interned character on David Letterman.
I remember the first one. I remember, but I'm not.
maybe a late night show.
I'm not-
But I think they would have
No,
gone more
I think
sentimental.
they did a lot of sentimental. Like Letterman did a big one. Apparently, Charlie was telling me
You know this for a fact?
over some
Oh.
sodas.
Over a couple of Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, that.
Maybe a
Yeah.
late night show.
He's a smart dude.
South Park goes.
South Park
No,
was my
late-
guess. My guess was South Park or maybe even Family Guy.
Man, I remember
Late-
how
yeah,
cathartic that was after 9/11 to be. Like,
I've watched.
comedy is
I've watched the.
amazing.
I wasn't allowed.
I've
to
watched the-
South Park.
Really?
I was
I've watched the
10,
Conan
dude.
O'Brien post one, and he
Yeah.
handles it quite delicately.
Do it.
They don't joke about it.
Yeah, I was 11.
The joke that we've been doing.
So my
You've
parents
been part of the
didn't know
joke that we've been doing recently, where like you're like, oh yeah, my mum died on like 9/11, and you're just like, she's Muhammad Atta.
And you know what was also a weapon? Big fucking
So it's
plane.
like someone.
Like you talk for length about how like your mum.
Is that too soon?
Really hit me hard. I remember my mum actually died in the. And at the end of the video, goes, yeah, my mum, anyway, Muhammad Atta.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss mum, Muhammad Atta.
What?
Good bit.
So it's like someone.
Muhammad Atta is like the famous one who had his mugshot on TV like first, I think.
Yes. My mum actually died in the.
Oh, like yeah, and then it turns out she
all
was one of the
one-
bombers.
One of the Twin Towers. It was 1993.
I saw that movie. Very sad.
Yeah, I can't watch that shit.
Probably.
I didn't
Is
even
it,
know
are you
that.
talking about World Trade Center or United 93?
United 93.
Yeah, but that's like Paul Greengrass. It's apparently meant to be.
Was
like
that the
pretty-
first one or the
good and
second
it's
one?
fucking intense.
Or the
Like,
one in the
it's-
Pentagon?
It's hard to watch sometimes.
I don't know. Like once a year, I'll like look up stuff about 9/11 and just be like, man, this is so sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We
that,
live
like-
pretty lucky lives.
Yeah, but it's also like crazy that we're around to like witness 9/11.
Totally. It's like literally a world-changing moment. Why are we? Is this a 9/11 podcast now? We're just earnestly talking about 9/11
Also-
for some reason.
I think the government did it.
Yeah, it's fucking hectic. Like so
Now
many
it's
people
talking.
died.
Tower 7.
Go the fuck off.
Yeah, but it's also like crazy.
Imagine being in
Yeah.
9/11.
Imagine if the band Bush did 9/11.
You just hit glycerin.
No, my joke was gonna be glycerin can't melt steel beams.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, Gavin Rossdale.
Mr. Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, Miss
Bush?
Mr. Stefani.
We did 9/11.
7 waiting for you here.
Imagine if the band Bush did 9/11.
All right, come to Powerbomb Comedy every Friday.
Steel beams.
What was his name?
UTS might
That's
come back
fine.
at some point. If
Yeah.
it does, then every
Yep,
Tuesday except the third one, I guess. But you can come to that one too.
Yeah.
You can go to both, actually. Make a
That
night out
shit
of it.
Yeah,
is
you absolutely can.
You
bananas.
just arrive when you get it.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
All right, come about on comedy every Friday.
Yes, come to comedy at
Yeah.
Pup
If you're not
Yetis
going
the
to
Tuesday of
like
every
me and
month.
Hastings are free to hang out.
Yeah, probably. I might be going as someone's guest. I'm not sure.
No one's going to take you.
Someone. The idea was discussed a few months ago. I have to check in with them.
With who?
I'm not going to say on pod.
Hey, if you're going to Splendor in the
It's not.
Grass, come to watch the comedy at the Forum. I'll be there.
Depends on what Henning's plans is. Really.
Oh yeah, Steph's not taking you.
Well, she said a while ago she would. I think she's got. That was before
She's
she was
taking
dating.
Freddie.
Ah, fuck. That makes sense. Fair enough.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, we spoke about
She
it months
asked
ago.
me.
She asked me months ago.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe.
I'm sure I know who it is. I also got asked if I was bringing a +1, and I
Who
haven't.
are you taking, Rose?
I haven't. Yeah. Yeah.
She said a while ago she would. I think she's got. That was before she was dating. Ah, fuck. That makes sense. Fair enough. Yeah. We spoke
Didn't you
about
go
it.
as a +1 last year?
She asked me months ago.
Man, Freddie's going to be
It's
popular
assumed, no,
backstage.
you're performing. You made it. You get him.
Well, I'm just. I would be
Yeah.
interested if that's anything.
Nah.
Well, I got an email the other day saying, "Are you bringing a
Hey,
+1?"
it might
be fun.
And I haven't replied
You
yet
could-
because I don't ever remember anyone offering me a
we get
+1.
different
So
That's a deal.
yeah, but I didn't. I thought maybe
I mean,
like
I was kinda
not
hoping
everyone
for-
gets given them.
Well, if you can,
You have to pay your way up there though.
Okay, so me and Hastings would probably be a tutor on
That
Sunday.
means that you have to sleep in the same tent as me.
Yeah.
Not doing comedy, just
No,
like hanging
just having
out,
a
like
beer, yeah.
talking about like Switch or
taking a
something.
break from the pod.
Yeah, talking about like Phoenix Wright or something, which is
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are not
Yeah,
fucking in my
absolutely.
fucking free tent.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should record an episode of that
Yeah,
sometime.
instead of just
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's hard to pod, alright?
yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should do lunch beers.
Save
at the
that for your
weekend.
other
I
shitty
work from-
podcast.
I don't want to get into my situation.
I'm currently banned from working from home.
We should maybe do lunch.
Yeah.
in
Not
the
when you
office.
don't have
Yeah.
a job
Okay,
anymore.
so the next step.
I got all the time in the
Hey guys, I
world.
got a hot take for you.
Yeah.
Monogamy? Well, like suck my hogany.
Yeah. You said suck my hogany. Suck my hogamy.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
We should maybe
But-
do lunch in the
Yeah, I think so.
It's a me.
To the next step.
Polyamory. Monogamy? Well, like suck my hogany.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Suck my hogamy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that like a kind of It's a Me, a Mario? Mahogamy.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a me. Polyamory.